Digimon Survive is releasing soon. Digimon Survive is releasing soon. Digimon Survive is releasing soon. Or is it? What the heck is going on with Digimon Survive's release? I've been anxiously awaiting the release of Digimon Survive for quite a while now, and not all that long ago they released that the game, out of nowhere, is releasing on the 29th of this month. Now this in itself isn't anything extraordinarily at all. A lot of games do have what a lot of people refer to as stealth drops, where they just randomly come out with a release date out of nowhere. But in this case, I noticed that there's something really, really weird about the game. Alright, so here's where the mystery begins. We're on the official Bandai Namco website for Digimon Survive. And when we scroll down here, we do see Digimon Survive listed as 7/29/2022 release, and here we go. Here we have PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Nintendo Switch. So we click on the PS4 and it takes us down to where we can pre-order. Except down here all we have is PS4 and Nintendo Switch. Is that not kind of weird? What happened to the Xbox? What happened to the PC? Then we scroll back up and we check. What's on the top of the site? PC, Xbox One, we click on PC, it reverts us right back down. The only thing that we have is PS4 and Nintendo Switch. When we look at what retailers there is, okay, so we have Amazon, but the other ones are kind of different games for other places in the country, or the world. PS4 lists just these different companies that I've never really heard of. They're definitely not major retailers in the US. And on top of all this, there's also no mention whatsoever at all of anything in a digital format, which I'm guessing is definitely how we're going to get PC, and Xbox, as I do understand, does have a physical release. So this leads me to wonder then, why are there only physical versions, and what happened with the PC and the Xbox versions? When are they coming out, and where are the links to pre-order them? Also, where are the digital copies at? So with that, I decided to jump over onto some of the other individual retailer sites and see what they had listed. We're sitting here looking at Amazon.com, a very major retailer, a place where I used to get tons and tons of games before they started screwing all my pre-orders up. And in here, the first thing that we find in the search bar is Digimon Survive for the PlayStation 4. So again, here's our PlayStation 4, and we also have the Xbox One here actually. So here we go, we can pre-order the Xbox One. We finally have a physical version of it, but again, nothing is listed for digital whatsoever. And even more strangely, when you click on Nintendo Switch, everything goes away to buy it. There's only just buying options that you can choose that are way crazy overpriced, and who knows where they're coming from. No offense to Treasure Island sales, but I have never heard of you, and I would not pre-order a game through you. This whole thing is just very, very strange. So let's jump over to another major website. So here we're at the major retailer GameStop.com. When we search here, we're undergoing maintenance. Well, I have seen GameStop before, so I am just going to talk about it. So on GameStop.com, again, you guys are just going to have to trust me on this, but you can pre-order only the physical versions for the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and the Nintendo Switch. There is no mention of any PC or anything digital. So the strange thing about GameStop.com's website offerings is that it lists the games for those systems. However, none of them are available right now. Every single one of them is marked as being not available for pre-order currently, as if they've run out of stock of them, which I guess could be the case for GameStop, but the other retailers seem to have them. I just find this whole thing really, really strange, and it seems to get stranger the more we go through it. GameStop being temporarily unavailable is not that strange though. So let's jump over to another retailer. So now we're here at the major website, Target.com, and we type in Digimon Survive, and the first three things that pop up. Digimon Survive for the Nintendo Switch, for the PS4, and for the Xbox One, all of which seem to be placeholder graphics, but that's okay, because they are up and you can pre-order them. And in fact, I actually have pre-ordered my copy for the Nintendo Switch from Target.com. So we'll open up the Nintendo Switch one, and inside here, it looks pretty normal. You can pre-order it, and everything seems to be well and great. If you open up the PS4 version, exact same thing. So this one also is fine too. It's not as weird as what we have on GameStop. And then for once, the Xbox One is actually available for pre-order through Target at the time of the making of this video in my local area. And so I guess that's a little bit nicer, but again, we are not left with anything at all that mentions anything about the PC or the digital releases. And so if you guys know a whole lot about PC, a lot of times outside of Amazon.com and stuff, you just kind of have to go to the main hub. So let's go and jump over to Steam. So jumping into Steam, we are sitting here on the main store page and we are searching for Digimon Survive, and here, absolutely nothing. And at the time of this video, we are 6 days away from the release, or 5-6 days away from the release. And in the Steam store, there is absolutely nothing mentioned about the game. There is not a store page made. There is not pre-orders coming soon. There is nothing whatsoever in the store at all showing anything about it. And so here is where I was left with no other option but to check the official Twitter. So the official page for Digimon Survive is at Digimon Games, and here is the official site where you can see some different posts here. And the very first thing that they have is a video for, you guessed it, Digimon Survive. This video is showcasing the release date and offers a link for pre-orders. And a little bit farther, we have some more posts. They've obviously made a ton of posts. And here we see that there is some support items that you could get if you get the game by 8:30. And they again mention the reference date of July 29th, 2022 for the game being released. And this time they show the Xbox, the PS4, the Nintendo Switch, and at the bottom they mention the Xbox Series S, the Xbox One, and Steam as well. However, the link, if you go to it, is going to take us to the main page, which we have started all of this at. That doesn't help us at all, so let's see if we can't find anything in the comments of the page. We're going to open this up, and here we are here. They ask us if they are going to tell which DLC is offered at what retailers. A lot of people are freaking out about DLC right now. That seems to be the really, really big one. But the other thing that we get is a lot of people who are mentioning holding up for the digital pre-orders, and people wondering about where are these going to be released at. And what we can see, it's weird. There's literally nothing here that has any official response on what the digital pre-orders are going to be like or anything. And again, keep in mind, this is out in like 6 days. I have never in my entire life seen any sort of release like this where they haven't mentioned anything at all in regards to digital pre-orders, and there's been no digital pre-orders. So we're here at the Nintendo store, also known as the Nintendo eShop, and you guys can look this up on your console just the same as you can online. But if we go here and we type in Digimon Survive, what do we find in the digital offerings? Absolutely nothing, except for Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth, which has been out for a while, and if you were going to buy it, you probably would have already got it by now. But definitely nothing in regards to Digimon Survive, so that's not an option. How about the PlayStation Store? Jumping into the PlayStation Store, we're again going to search for Digimon Survive. What are we going to find in the PlayStation Store? Are we going to find digital pre-order? Nope. We're going to find Digimon World, Digimon World, Digimon World, DSCS, Hacker's Memory, and Metal Gear Survive. I guess that's relevant to this as well. But again, no Digimon Survive in any of the stores listed for digital pre-order. Again, I have to ask, what the heck is going on with this release? So I don't know. What's the deal with this game? What the heck is happening? Are we getting it for Steam? Is it going to be released at the last minute and nobody's going to get pre-orders? Is the only way you can pre-order to get digital copies and it's only available for select systems on select retailers? I have never seen a release like this before. It has really confused me, and I'm just making this video because I want to know what you guys think about this. Have you seen this before? Is this a normal thing? Are you aware of something that's possibly behind the scenes? I just feel like it's really weird that this game has been hyped for so long, it's been delayed for so long, it's had all these kind of strange developmental issues, and the developers haven't said anything really to us at all, except for it's coming, and then poof, we get a release date. Let me know in the comments below. If you like this content, hit the thumbs up, and if you want to see more anime news, reviews, and gaming, as well as more Digimon Survive content, if we even get it, hit subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one.